This is from Abdullah right here. Sony says Bungie Marathon release still planned by March 2026. We are now fixing the problems. So again, Marathon was supposed to come out September this year. It didn't for obvious reasons. This is what's really the big catastrophe of it all, because Marathon I think was originally supposed to be out. Oh my God, dude. When we first got the trailer, guys? Was it 2023? Was it 2023? Yes, right here. Bungie's upcoming sci-fi extraction shooter Marathon has hit more than a few bumps on its way to release. First revealed in 2023, the game promises PvP-focused survival matches in a futuristic world, but behind the scenes, the development story has been anything but smooth. So if y'all remember correctly, after the reveal in 2023, I remember in the buy doc, they literally were like, we're going to have the beta this year. This was in 2023. Keep in mind, it was under a different game director, and things started happening after that. A lot of truth and dare, and next thing you know, it's new game directors, and there was no beta for 2023, and then 2024 rolled around, no release date, and so 2025 rolled around. We were very much, or at least I believed it was going to be coming out this year, but then it got pushed to 2026. Earlier this year, Bungie officially announced that Marathon would be delayed from its planned September 2025 release following mixed feedback from a closed alpha playtest. But that was just one part of a larger story. In May, the studio publicly apologized after an independent artist accused them of using her work in the alpha without permission. Bungie admitted the asset was included by mistake, apologized to the artist, and said they were reviewing all in-game assets as a result. Beyond that, the studio has faced major leadership shakeup, layoffs, and internal reports of low morale. Paid marketing plans for Marathon were reportedly canceled, and in-universe trademark filings like Traxxas were dropped after legal opposition. And I think we saw that the other day. It was something with the logo was too similar to, what was it, guys? What was the logo too similar to? It was like RC Cars or something like that. Traxxas RC Cars. Oh, it was the name. Oh, okay. Now there's finally a bit of clarity, at least from Sony's side. Sony expects Marathon released by March 2026 during the company's Q1 fiscal year 2025 earnings call held earlier today. Sony CFO Lin Tao addressed Marathon, saying the publisher still expects Bungie to launch the game within this fiscal year, meaning before March 31st, 2026. Tao made it clear this isn't a guarantee, but a projection based on how development is progressing. First, about Marathon, how we factored in the forecast, we expect the launch to happen within the fiscal year, she said. But having said that, this is not a commitment. No official announcement has been given yet. We're now fixing the problems, so we believe this launch will happen. And if this launch is canceled, we need to do the revision of the valuation. However, as of now, this is not expected. I mean, Bungie's got to release it, right? I mean, at this point, we've seen some of the leaks too. Like, I think that Marathon is going to see some major improvements from now until March. Is that going to be enough? I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't know. You just don't know. It could come out, nobody played the damn thing. The alpha, there was a lot of people playing it, or not a lot of, there was a lot of people watching it, but the codes that were rolling out were either delayed, and then there was like a taper off of players for like the rest of the event or the rest of the alpha, versus like what happened with Arc Raiders, which was like a continuous climb in player numbers. Now, some people say it was because the alpha codes weren't given out properly. Who knows? Who knows? I will say this. If you're Bungie, you have to push Marathon out no later than March, or that's it. That's it. And then not only just push it out, but it has to be pushed out successfully. She continued, we're now doing modifications and development, and based on the progress in the autumn timeframe, we believe we can communicate when we can launch Marathon, either from Bungie or PlayStation. That final part suggests we'll get a proper update or possibly a new release date sometimes this fall. This also follows Bungie's decision in June to promote Julia Narden, who worked on Destiny 2's The Final Shape of Marathon, to create a director for Marathon. Sony had previously described Marathon as an innovative and bold title with strong early engagement. It's also worth noting that Bungie isn't operating fully on its own anymore. Bit by bit, the studio is being folded into the larger PlayStation studios, just like Naughty Dog, Santa Monica, or Guerrilla. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in just a moment. I mean, look, let's just talk about it right now. Is this good? Is this good or bad, guys? Is Bungie becoming part of Sony going to be good or bad in the long run? In the long run. My thing is I don't want to see an exclusive, okay? And I hope Sony won't go that route. Secondly, what if Sony comes in there and goes, you know what? This Destiny shit, yeah, fuck that. Let's just can Destiny stuff. That community, they're just bitching all the time. And yeah, let's just make this Gummy Bear Marathon game. You see where I'm coming from? That's a huge W. How would that be a huge W? What community doesn't bitch? Exactly. You'd rather a community that bitches, quote unquote bitches, than a community that doesn't talk at all. Look at Anthem's community. Look at Concord's community. I'm sorry, that was a low blow. Concord never had a community. But the point is like you'd much rather a community that does, you know, rage bit online, but they're still there. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you this right now. This is how you're going to get every Destiny player on your side. Sony takes over, and day one they walk in and say, listen, we want to let you know right out the gates, our biggest priority is Destiny. Therefore, we're going to be making a Destiny 3. Stay tuned. By the way, I don't think that's going to happen. Like, I don't think that's going to happen. Y'all, we're getting way too ahead of ourselves. But here's what could be in the fine print. They say that. They go, we're going to make a Destiny 3. Stay tuned. And then fine print underneath that, exclusive on only PlayStation. I can't go back, fellas. I can't go back. Look, and nothing against PlayStation, guys. I can't do it. However, we've gone through structural reform as we announced last year, so this independence is getting lighter. Bungie is shifting into a role which is becoming more part of PlayStation Studios. Integration is proceeding. All right, so what do you think? Will Marathon be ready in time, or are we looking at another delay? Let us know before your thoughts. Well, listen, I think it has to be. I think Bungie, this is it. This is it. This is what's going on internally right now, okay? You've got Sony very much involved with Marathon in a big way. As in, when I say in a big way, the people that are doing the takedowns, remember the folks that leaked all the information on like the different things that are changing inside of Marathon, the images, the exteriors and stuff like that. Well, guess what? There were copyright strikes all over the place and takedowns of all of that. Guess who actually went through with that? Sony. Sony is the one. I have been told, because we don't cover leaks often, but occasionally we do. I have been told, stay the fuck away from leaks. So anybody out there right now looking at leaks, just know Sony looking at that stuff, they're going to be taking it down. Okay. So Sony is very much up Marathon's asshole, which they should be. The game is not even, it's not even like the game is a year late. At this point, it's 2 years going on 2.5 years. All right. Rough estimates, but 2 years. So of course, Sony should be up Marathon's ass. And then Destiny is in this strange situation where it should be going through this time frame of rebuilding and setting up this next saga and potentially building out to the sequel, but it doesn't have that opportunity right now because it's the only thing producing any type of revenue. The way this year was supposed to work, this was supposed to be a hit year for Bungie, by the way. It was supposed to be Edge of Fate, Destiny Rising, and by the way, I don't even know what the revenue split for Destiny Rising is going to be and how that even equates to PlayStation or even Sony and or Bungie. And then Marathon. It was supposed to be, this quarter right here was supposed to just be jam-packed with Bungie news. Edge of Fate, Destiny Rising, which is the mobile game, gotcha, and then Marathon, which was going to launch in September. Edge of Fate came out. Unfortunately, the numbers were very much under what Final Shape did, which most expected, but still very much under. That leaves Destiny Rising, and then you've got Marathon, which got pushed back to March. Slap that like button like your mama told you right.